Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of August 22nd, 2018. Let's get right into it. First up, we have Action Comics number 1002. Bendis has been doing an okay job so far with his Man of Steel mini, and I've liked the first issue, the special in the first issue of Action, so I'm going to keep going with it, but we'll see. I know a lot of people are hesitant about what he's bringing to Superman and some of the things that he's taken away from Superman, but we'll see how it all pans out, so who knows. Next up we have Britannia, Lost Eagles of Rome number 2. I've liked the Britannia stuff since I started reading it. It's a nice just kind of throwback to the Caesar times, following it. Basically a detective around figuring out stuff that most people just seem too ignorant to understand. But it's really cool stuff, really like it, so yeah. Next up we have some annual this week, which is weird, but Damage has his first annual, number 1. It's okay, it's an origin-ish story. Sorry. It's an origin-ish story, where we kind of see where he kind of came from, kind of the start of the Damage, talking in his head dynamic stuff, so pretty cool stuff. Next up we have Detective Comics number 987, and yes, that is Katana on the cover, and yes, apparently Batman and the Outsiders is coming back. Yeah, super excited for that. But I've really enjoyed their kind of tease bringing back the Outsider slowly in Detective, so I'm really excited to see what happens in that issue. Next up we have stuck together, these damn plastics. We have Die 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 number 2 from Robert Kirkman. I really enjoyed the first issue, so I went ahead and snagged issue 2. If you haven't checked it out, I recommend it. It's good. Next up we have Flash number 53. Apparently the Trickster is all juiced out on this with the Strength Force. A bunch of forces are floating around now since the source wall is destroyed because of the events of Metal, so we'll see. Next up we have Justice League Dark number 2. I really enjoyed the first issue. I can't wait to dive into issue 2, but I've always liked the mystical, magical stuff in the DC universe, and so I've really enjoyed Justice League Dark. And if you haven't read it, you should, and if you haven't read the New 52 Justice League Dark, you should too. Next up is Donny Cates' Redneck number 14. I've been enjoying Redneck. It's a pretty interesting vampire Americana story, so yeah. Next up we have Jeff Lemire's Royal City number 14. I believe this is the last issue of Royal City. I've really enjoyed Royal City. Such a good job. Jeff Lemire just really captures that small town feel when he writes these books, and I can't wait to see where Royal City 14 takes us. And again, if you are curious about that stuff, I recommend Essex County, Roughneck, Underwater Welder, just some really good stuff from Jeff Lemire, based around kind of small town Canadian stuff, but yeah. Next up is Shadow Man number 6. This continues the Dead and Gone story arc, where Shadow Man is basically going back in time and inhabiting his predecessors and so on and so forth. So I'm curious to see where this leads. I've actually gotten a chance to read this issue, and it looks like we kind of get to see the birth of Shadow Man and like where that all came from. So super excited. Next up, we have the Suicide Squad Annual number 1. Again, it said there was going to be annuals. This kind of breaks up the Sink Atlantis story arc, so I'm hoping it doesn't do too bad of a job of that. But it looks like they are taking on the Wrath of Swamp Thing. So I love Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing's amazing. So yeah. Next up is Teen Titans number 21. I enjoyed issue 20. I thought it was a decent issue. I like Adam Glass. His New 52 Suicide Squad was fantastic, so I'm excited to see what he brings to the Teen Titans, especially since it's a team that I'm not the biggest fan of, but yeah, keep going. Next up we have the Terrifics number 7. This continues the New Age of Heroes stuff, and looks like we got Tom Strong back in the mix. So yeah, Tom Strong came from ABC Comics, which is something like that. It was attached to Wilds. I don't know the whole history of it, but Tom Strong apparently back, so we'll see where that goes. And it's kind of it's like a Lemire kind of book, I guess, but I like it. And finally on the pull list is Wonder Woman at number 53. Steve Orlando did a good job with issue 52, so I'm curious to see where he takes it with issue 53. But yeah, good stuff. There was a bunch of variants this week that I picked up. Action Comics had 3 variants, but I only grabbed the Francis Manapul one for issue 1002. Detective 987 had one there, which I thought was pretty cool. Flash had one where it looks like he'd eat a Big Belly burger on his way to something. Greg Capullo's been doing the variants for Justice League Dark. This is one over Justice League Dark 2. His variant for number 1 sold out like that, so hopefully you got down to your shop to get that one, because that one's pretty cool. I like the one for Teen Titans 21, so I snagged that one up. And of course, Wonder Woman 53 had one of her on some tropical place, having a tropical alcoholic beverage and just enjoying some sun. I really wish they had kind of kept those postcards that they had on the originals, kind of things that we saw. It was nice to see that, like, different postcards from different countries, but I guess they axed that for some odd reason. Oh well. I did grab something for my daughter. We actually got it in a few weeks ago, but they were all damaged. But it finally came in, and that's the digest thing of Tangled the series. So she loves Tangled, so gotta get her Tangled stuff. And that's it for this week for comic stuff that came out. If you are a movie fan, this week the Deadpool 2 Super Duper cut came out. Super Duper blank cut? Super Duper fucking cut? I don't know. Came out. I grabbed mine from Target. Target's comes with like a little book there. But I'm super excited to see the extra 15 minutes or so of footage that they have here. This does come with digital copies of the theatrical and the Super Duper cut, so that's always nice. And this is the Blu-ray, so yeah, I can't afford a 4K TV and all that fun stuff. So I'm still on the Blu-ray, but at least I'm not in the DVDs. So yeah, so hopefully you got yours. I know Best Buy had like an exclusive steel cover and all that stuff. But however you get your Deadpool 2, good luck getting your I hope you enjoy it. I mean, that's basically it. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. I know I've been a little bit... I haven't gotten to those as fast as possible, but I've been getting back into the day job grind. School started back up last Thursday, and now it's almost a week later, and I'm just getting into it. My daughter started kindergarten, so had a lot of stuff going on. My son's in 2nd grade, so yeah, bunch of getting back into the routine and all that stuff. So I'll try and get up there and reply to those comments. Again, any questions, go ahead and post them, all that fun stuff. I know a couple people have asked for me to do a video of like my library here. I'm kind of in the process of moving stuff, if you haven't noticed. So once I kind of get that situated, I'll do a quick video of what my library looks like. Mainly what's stopping me is being able to pick out some statues to put up on the bookcases. So yeah. Yeah. If you like listening, if you like me talking here, you can listen to me more on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We just finished recording episode 366. We had a guest from Canada. One of our Patreon backers was on vacation down in Anaheim, or is on vacation and went down to Anaheim this past weekend for a Power Rangers convention, and he took some extra time to take his vacation, and he came up north to see San Francisco and all that, and on his way he stopped in Sunnyvale, California and hung out with us, so you get to get his secret origin and all that. There'll be a link in the description below. Check that out. If you want to help me out and my fellow conspirators out, you can do that through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees and getting food sometimes, and getting product too, which is great because it helps out a lot, because I absorb so much information. I wouldn't have money to do it otherwise. So thank you. I appreciate it. Everyone appreciates it. Thank you very much. You can also help me out more specifically by clicking on any of the links on this page for Amazon or on my blog to purchase things, as well as going to my eBay store, which there's a link below. I haven't been, I put some stuff back up, but I don't know if it's going to sell, so there might be a slight delay. I kind of tailor it around whenever eBay gives me some free listings. So just, if you're curious what I'm purging, want to check it out, head down over to my eBay store. There's a link in the description below for that. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @BrockSager. And that's it for this week. For kind of tiny-ish week, but it's kind of nice to have a light week. I know previews is coming up soon. Geez, it's already almost the end of August, man. Whew. But yeah, we're gonna get previews, and a lot of stuff is coming out from DC soon, especially with like the Sandman Universe stuff and the Heroes in Crisis with Tom King. So I'm really super excited to check all that stuff out. Yeah, and I got a big disappointment today with, there's a variant cover for Heroes in Crisis that looks amazing with Harley Quinn, wearing like Booster Gold's eye stuff, and it's all broken, and it just looks really awesome, and then I get told it's a 1 in 200 variant. Yeah, I always hate it when they do that. Really good covers. It's like you could sell so much more if they were open order. Oh, well, what can you do? So, but yeah, I'll try and, shout out a little extra stuff that I'm kind of looking forward to that maybe you want to check out, coming soonish, so be on the lookout for that, and as usual, I'll see you next week.